evening and welcome to tonight's regional news. We now start with a story from Trinidad and Tobago. Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who lost their jobs as a result of the measures being put in place to curb the spread of COVID-19 will be able to access a salary relief grant of $1,500 a month for the next 3 months, Finance Minister Colm Imbert announced. This is equivalent to 36,000 Guyanese dollars. The grant is expected to help over 80,000 citizens and will cost taxpayers around $400 million, Imbert said during a press conference where the government unveiled several measures being put in place as part of a $1 billion plan to help cushion the economic impact of the COVID-19. Social Development and Family Services Minister Camille Robinson Regis added, however, that Venezuelans who lost their jobs will not be entitled to this grant. In all, the government is expected to need around $9 billion to address the country's current economic situation, including the dramatic fall in oil prices and the arrival of the virus on their shores. Imbert said the details and the qualification criteria for the grant will be decided over the next 7 days. Trinidad and Tobago on Tuesday registered its 53rd COVID-19 case. And now for news from Jamaica. Jamaica recorded another 8 murders yesterday, the same as it did on Sunday. 7 of yesterday's murders were committed in parishes where there are states of emergency. The victims include 57-year-old Dalton Shippey, who was bludgeoned to death allegedly by his brother in Ramble, Hanover. According to police reports, Shippey was struck in the head with a sledgehammer. In Roaring River, Westmoreland, Cushwain Bennett, whose age and address are undetermined, was shot and killed by unknown assailants. A female bartender was shot and injured in the incident. St. Andrews South recorded 3 of the other murders, while St. James and St. Catherine North each recorded 1. Kingston Central, which has not been under a state of emergency, reported the 8th murder. According to police statistics, from January 1 to March 21 this year, 306 people were killed across Jamaica. This is a 2.3% increase over the similar period of 2019. And now in Barbados. In Barbados, persons who have been ordered to self-quarantine in their homes but fail to do so are guilty of an offense under the Health Services Communicable and Notifiable Diseases Regulations. Under the law, the Chief Medical Officer can authorize a Medical Officer of Health to isolate any person suffering from an infectious disease such as a novel coronavirus, COVID-19. Failure to comply may result in the offender being placed in mandatory quarantine at a health facility. Disobeying can also result in a maximum fine of 5,000 Barbadian dollars or imprisonment of up to 12 months and under certain circumstances, both. And finally, for tonight's regional news, the International Development Bank (IDB) says it has up to $2 billion available for member countries to cope with the challenges posed by the novel coronavirus COVID-19. The assistance includes disease monitoring, testing, and providing critical public health services. The bank said it has also taken the necessary precautions to help limit the spread of the virus. To this end, the IDB Jamaica office has implemented remote work for its local team following the announcement by the WHO of the COVID-19 pandemic and recent news of the cases in Jamaica. IDB President Alberto Luis Moreno urged the team to use their imagination to focus even more intently on the bank's mission to improve lives and to help drive solutions, especially for the most vulnerable impacted by the health crisis. IDB Jamaica's country representative, Therese Turner-Jones, said a number of measures have been implemented in accordance with the international health and national guidelines and bank protocols to promote the public health, well-being, and safety of the local team and their families, project partners, clients, and other valued stakeholders. Turner-Jones reiterated that the bank remains fully open for business, but access to the local country office is limited for the time being given the current remote working modality of the team. However, all personnel in headquarters and the country offices have also begun telework until further notice. And that was all for tonight's regional news. Thank you for joining and goodbye.